Today we have gathered here to celebrate the Sir Syed Global Excellence and Leadership Awards. This beautiful night has been conceived and organized by Vertex Events and hosted by Mr. Pushkin Agha. The Sir Syed Global Excellence Trophy, which is being given out today, is a replica of Bab-e Syed, the main entrance door of AMU. It has been made in Moradabad and has gold-plated on brass. The design and idea was conceived by Vertex Events and supported by Mr. Suhail Alvi and Mr. Rahul. Thank you. Let me take the opportunity to invite our chief guest, Dr. Rashid Alleem, Chairman, Sharjah Electricity and Water Authority, popularly known as SEWA. I request Mr. Pushkin Agha to kindly felicitate our chief guest. His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasmi, the Supreme Council member and ruler of Sharjah, appointed His Excellency Dr. Rashid Alleem as the chairman of SEWA. As His Excellency Dr. Rashid is widely considered as one of the most prominent leading thinkers in the field of economic businesses and development of corporate leadership skills on both local and international levels. He is a passionate writer, environmentalist, ranks third amongst the 25 most influential CEOs in GCC, and an internationally respected transformational leader. His Excellency Dr. Rashid is acknowledged as a visionary strategic thinker who managed with his unique management mentality to drive the forces of changes and development at both Sharjah Department of Seaports and Customs and Hamriya Free Zone Authority. His Excellency Dr. Rashid Alleem, holding a PhD from University of Salford, Manchester, UK, and honorary doctorates from Somalia University for Humanitarian Services and American University in the United States. We welcome you, His Excellency, Dr. Rashid Alleem, to the dais. Surgery. He was earlier the principal of Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College and head of Department of Surgery in the Faculty of Medicine, AMU. A surgeon by profession with more than 3 decades of teaching, research, clinical and administrative experience, he has around 90 publications to his credit and supervised theses of more than 50 postgraduate medical students. I would like to invite Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah, former Vice Chancellor of AMU. Lieutenant General Zamiruddin Shah is a retired Lieutenant General of the Indian Army. He has served as a Deputy Chief of Army Staff, Indian Army. After retirement, he served for some time as an administrative member on the bench of the Armed Forces Tribunal. Dr. Frank Islam, CEO and Chairman, FI Investment Group. Dr. Frank is a successful entrepreneur, philanthropist, civic leader, and thought leader with a special commitment to civic, education, and artistic causes. He is currently the head of FI Investment Group. Inaugural keynote address on importance of education in modern society.
Give me another one, please. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Are you all excited tonight? Yeah? Those who are not excited, please, you can leave the room, right? Couple of minutes, please. And I want you to pay real attention here. Being here tonight with us, it means that there is a certain message was designed just to be given to you. Now, this message, I don't know what that message is going to be, but there is a message for each one of you. Since you have decided to come to a place and invest your time and the energy and participation and to show your full commitment to that place, believe me, you will go back with a message. Now, it depends how open you are to the universe to reveal that secret of that message. So you may receive the secret of that message in a couple of minutes, probably, of the function, couple of hours. Could be tomorrow morning, could be a weeks, months, years later, but you will discover a message. The only thing you need to do is just to be open and be ready for that message. This is one. Second, I need you to differentiate between two important terms we're living nowadays. The first term is about dream. And the second term is about passion. Now, do you have dreamers here in this room? Do you have dreamers, yeah? You want to do something? Yeah? All right. Now, there's a fine difference between the two things. Being a dreamer means that you have short, mid-term, and the long-term goals to be achieved. Remember this. Short, mid, and long-term goals to be achieved. And that is the function of your brain. So to be a dreamer means that you're using most of the energy from the brain energy. This is one. Now, when it comes to the passion, passion is about emotions, about what drives you to do something, what makes you to make a difference in people's life, in your personal life, and the community life. There's something deep inside you tells you to do something, and that is connected with your emotions. And that is the function of the heart. You got it? So to be a dreamer is the function of the mind, and to be passionate about something is the function of your heart, right? Now, what happens when you have your mind and your heart working together? You know what happens? They synergize. 1 + 1 is equal 11. Does not equal 2 anymore once you have your mind and your heart working and synergizing together. What does this give you? So what? I'm having synergization within my body, and the mind and the heart, they're doing good job. They love each other. It gives you authenticity. This is where you become an authentic leader or an authentic person. To be very true you, very authentic you need to have the two things working together. If you did not get them so far working together, you won't see authenticity in your life. And you'll be chasing day and night something called happiness. So whatever you get, you're still not a happy person. You feel there is something deep inside you missing. So once you have the heart, the mind gives you authenticity. What does authenticity mean? Authenticity means a direction, a way of life, where to go, how to overcome challenges. When people say that you're really miserable person, you're crazy, dreams, they don't come true, you still stand up like a rocket and says, no, I know about myself, and I have internally a compass driving me for a success. If I ask each one of you in this lovely hall tonight, pull up your smartphone and show me your magnetic north, everyone, with no mistake, will be pointing to the same magnetic north. But if I ask the same question, and I ask, please show me your true north, where are you heading in this life? Everybody will be pointing to the next person, or probably you may point to the sky, feeling that is the true north you're carrying. It's very important to know. Now, when you have the direction, you're running through a struggle. You're running through a challenge, because not everybody will be supporting what you do. Believe me, even the very, very loved one you have. Who's the most loved one you have? Your wife? Be serious, come on. Hands up. Okay, probably I've been too serious a little bit. Can I crack a joke here? Does anyone love jokes here? You don't like? All right. Do you like to hear one? Do you like to hear one joke? All right, there is this, here we go. There's a great writer, right? Well, he thought of himself great, and he was right, somehow. He wrote a book, and the book has a very catchy title, especially for the men, right? And the book title was reading, How to Change Your Wife in a Week Time, right? And the book was like a hockey stick, they say, graph. The sales were shooting to the sky, and he made an outperforming on the sales of the book. Hundreds of thousands within a week sold How to Change Your Wife. Now, the following week, the sales was dropping dramatically, so sharp, so deep, almost no sales. So the author got almost a heart attack. He came to his publishing house and said, sir, what's happening? You scared me to death. There's not even a single book was sold. He said, you know what, sir? There was a type error in the cover of your book. Your book was not supposed to read How to Change Your Wife. Your book was supposed to read How to Change Your Life in a week. And that's make the big difference. So many, please don't ever think of changing your wives, yeah? Be careful here, right? All right. So once you have, again, back to the authenticity thing and back to move forward, and you run through a struggle, as I said, right? And everybody, even the most close to you, the loved one, will feel that, you're becoming so weird now. You're becoming so weird. What's the story behind? What's happening here? Now, in that moment, and if you stick, if your principles, if you stick about what you believe in, there is a moment created here called defining moment. The defining moment is the moment when you, as a person, connect with Mr. Universe outside, with the beautiful power waiting for you outside. That is the defining moment. It's a paradigm shift happens, and this is where the change happens. So if you trace all those people who left a legacy and who are planning to leave a legacy behind them, they reach that moment called the defining moment, where things are really changed. What happens when someone says that you're crazy or your ideas are failures, they're not going to win? You will never win the race. You become frustrated, upset, right? Now, those who have those defining moments, they don't react. They respond to the situations. They never react. And again here, please, you have to mind the difference between reaction and responding to. To clarify it here, let's say that you have a severe headache and you trust your physician. So what happened? You right away, you knock his door. Mr. Physician, you know what? I've been having for the last 2-3 nights, terrible nights. I can never sleep because of this severe headache I've been having. And because you trust him and he trusts you, he goes ahead and look at your face and temperature, and this is okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the pharmacist, and he will give you this set of medicine, and he will tell you what time you take them before and after the food. And you become so careful to take the medicine on time, either before or after the food, to make sure that you get the best treatment. What happens in 3 days down the road, you still carry the same severe headache. But because you trust that physician, what you do, you go back to him. And he say, you know, doctor, what? I really love you, I do trust you, and I've been getting my treatment through all of my life, but this time, the medicine is not doing any good for me. You have given me 3 days, I just got stuck with it, but no any difference. I'm still suffering from the same headache. So he goes and says, you know what, I'm gonna change the medicine for you. Does it happen? It happens, yeah, for us from time to time. So he goes ahead and changes, and from the first night, you feel that you're a Superman and Spider-Man and Batman, Green Man, everything happens to you at the beam. Become that much back to normal and powerful person. So you go to the doctor again, and he says, doctor, what happened? Was it a magic or what? He says, no. You know what? The first set of medicine I've given you, your body was just reacting to that medicine. And reaction is always bad. The second set of medicine I've given you, your body was just responding to the medicine, and responding is always good. And that is the difference. So great leaders, they really respond, they don't react. Now, we have taken you quickly through this quick journey of authenticity of this. Now, can anyone do a job alone? No. How much power you have, how much you still have limitation as a human. So what happened? We as a social creature, we tend to work with others to create a difference. And you start to collect like-minded people, or those who at least who believe in your philosophies and the leadership style and your quality, and you decided to work down together, isn't it? We call them a winning team. Now, what is a winning team? If I tell everyone here in this room, I've got a diamond now in my hand. Now look at my hand now, palm of my hand. Do you see any diamond now? Right? No diamond. All right, now I go to my hand again, and I see I've got a diamond in my hand. Would you believe? I'm not a magician, yeah, but you may believe. Anyway, what is a diamond? A diamond there in the air. A diamond is a carbon element. They decided to come together, give a hug to each other, love each other, strong way, with the temperature and the pressure, and they created the most solid substance on this globe. And by the way, thanks to the diamond, not because the ladies wear and love diamonds. I am a petroleum engineer. We engineers, especially in petroleum, love diamonds a lot. We don't wear it, but because of diamond, we're able to give you oil. This is there's something called drilling bit. The drilling bit is a device used to drill the ground, break the rocks, and go to the oil. Without the diamond, we cannot break those rocks and the solid part of the earth. So because of that, we go deep inside. and get the oil for you. So you need that winning and great team so you can achieve what you achieve in the future. Do I still have 2 hours? Yeah? Okay, how much? Okay, she said I still have 5 more hours, not even 2 hours. No, that's a joke. Only 5 minutes, all right. I will just tell you the very important things here. Let's move to the sustainability. Sustainability is one of the most misused, unfortunately, or misunderstood word in the business life nowadays. When we talk about sustainability, we feel everything goes so green. Green jacket, green salad, green tea, green everything goes green menu, green walls, everything goes green. We feel sustainability is about the environment. Well, it is part of it. Sustainability sits on 3 pillars: environment, social, you and I, and the economy. When you have the 3 circles, if you visualize it to me, if you throw them here on the die now, there will be a meeting point. The meeting point is sustainability point. So sustainability is not always social only. That's totally wrong. It's not always the environment. That's totally wrong. It's not always the economy. So if any country or any company wants to declare that they're sustainable, it means they have the 3 pillars, the meeting point in the 3 pillars, working together in harmony and love to give you that sustainability. And that was my belief in the sustainability. Till I had an invitation to visit a state in India called Nagaland. Does anybody here, do you have Indians around here, by the way? All right, God, all right. So there's a place called Nagaland. Has anyone been to a Nagaland? Excellent. So I was invited by Dr. Roy. He was the chief state minister to visit their lovely place. And I did that. And in my way, Googling about Nagaland, I came across Kohima yard, where there was a battle fought with the Japanese, the Indian forces, and there was during the World War II. So it is a historical place, but also it's a very important place where almost the last bullet was shot there. Almost the war was stopped there in that area, small area. Now, Dr. Roy, His Excellency, was so kind. Since I was almost the first Arab for so many years to come to that area, he was kind enough to escort me on a tour to his town. Tried to show me the most important and areas, and in my way, show me the different places, beautiful places of his town. I said, Your Excellency, Dr. Roy, I was reading an article and actually an historical documents about the importance of your city and Kohima, the graveyard, cemetery, if you could, they call it. And he started to tell me the story of them. So we went there, and there's about 478 warriors. They still have their graves there, and they just keep their names too, right? And anyway, I'm a person who loves taking sometime pictures for my documentation. So I stood in one corner of the cemetery, and I had my BR manager accompany me on that trip. And his name was Abdullah. I said, Abdullah, would you please take me a shot here? I want to keep it. So he was kind, and he handed over the phone to me. He said, Sir, please have a look. So when I started looking at the phone, at the picture of my picture, I got so much emotionally attached to the picture. So he felt that there was something wrong. He said, Sir, I'm not a photographer. I'm really extremely sorry. If you didn't like it, I can take another one. I said, Abdullah, it's not about the picture. But please do look at what's written at my back. And what was written actually will amaze you. What was written was a message from those warriors who knew that there is no way back home. They are losing the ground, they are losing their lives. And the message was reading, when you go home tonight, tell them of us. And tell them, because of you, we have sacrificed our life today. And I said, aha, that is a very beautiful statement here, very beautiful message, very powerful. When people are ready to sacrifice their lives because of a cause, that is a real sustainability. How come the UN model does not contain this? So I start to do a lot of research on the civilization and what makes countries, what makes civilization. And I study all the civilization almost. And I came to conclusion that all the civilization, they were built on sustainability model, which consists of 5 things. The environment, yes. Economy, yes. Social, yes. Faith and religion, what you believe in. And the culture. That's what sets the civilization. So if any country declare they're civilized, they will see them working on those 5 principles, and I came with my model on that. I know another 1.5 minutes. Another joke and I will shut up, all right? Deal? Do you want me to shut up, right? All right, just the last joke and I'll be leaving this day. I was traveling once with my wife to Singapore. And you know, from Dubai to Singapore takes about 6 to 7 hours, right? So we were flying, enjoying the flight. And I was deeply reading the Financial Times, the newspaper. And I came across an article, very interesting. So the article reads, the green rice. And I was so much deep into that reading because it's a big article. So my wife kicked me and she said, honey, I thought you were going for a honeymoon. You're leaving your beautiful wife alone and you're getting engagement with this magazine. I said, you know what? In just a couple of minutes, I'll be completing this article. I'll be telling you what it's all about. She said, okay, show me, what is it? Then it was green rice. And she said, come on, are we gonna eat in the future a real physical green rice? Is this your sustainability that much? They're taking our minds away from us now? Is this sustainability green rice? We're gonna end up having green rice on the table? Says, no. Sweetheart, the article talks about, the full report talks about, the whole journey of the rice, right? From the plantation, cultivation, then the logistics, the blah, blah, the whole thing. How to make things without paperless, and I was plenty. She said, the crab is not gonna work. So I looked at her, I said, sweet wife, I won't be surprised in near future to read something about the green wife. So be ready. Thank you very much.